Hello everybody, and this is Mr. Music, and it's time for another ranking video. All right, so today we're going to rank the studio albums only of the German hard rock band Scorpions. Um, they have 19 studio albums, and I have 18 of them. Um, but I will rank all 19. Um, anyway, let's go ahead and begin this venture here. Okay. All right. We're going to begin with the number 19, which is Eye to Eye. And that was from 1999. Uh, Little problem with this particular album. I've had a really hard time getting used to it. They have some, drum loops and stuff, and it just doesn't sound like regular Scorpions, the stuff that I'm used to. Uh, but anyway, I the one song I picked from it that is pretty good is called Priscilla. Okay, next we have number 18 coming in from the year 2015. We have Return to Forever. And of course, a lot of these later Scorpions albums, they tend to, they're trying to sound current, and some of it comes across okay, and some not. But the song I picked from that particular that album, "Dancing with the Moonlight" and "Catch Your Luck and Play." Okay, coming out from the year 2004, number 17, Unbreakable. Um, Pretty good album for the most part, although when you first listen to it, they definitely sound like they down tuned their guitars and it sounds a little bit doomy. Uh, but as far as songs are concerned, uh, Blood Too Hot and Someday Is Now are pretty good. Coming up at number 16 from the year 2010, we have Sting in the Tail. Okay. And very good album. It's funny because, and I'm sorry, I see that's cutting off a little bit, so I apologize for that. Anyway, so as far as Sting in the Tail, that's one of my favorite songs off that album. But they have a really nice version of it on their unplugged uh, release, so I really like that version better. But Sting in the Tail is good, and Rock Zone is another good song in it. Okay, coming up from the year 1988, number 15, Savage Amusement. Now, this particular album, it came after, Love It for Sting was before that, and it was very popular. Savage Amusement tends to sound a little bit commercial for my taste, but I did find some songs that are pretty good. Don't Stop at the Top, We Let It Rock, You Let It Roll, and Love on the Run. And of course, it has the classic song in there, Rhythm of Love. All right, coming in at number 14 from the year 1993, we have Face the Heat. And pretty good stuff on this one. Nightmare Avenue, very good. Under the Same Sun, excellent. My favorite track on here actually is called Woman. Very great vocal by Klaus Meine in there. You got to check that out. I just thought it was excellent. Okay, number 13, Humanity, Hour One from 2007. And I didn't like this album at first, but after a while, it kind of grows on you, and I really enjoyed it. Key tracks from there that I like is The Cross and We Will Rise Again. Okay, moving right along, we have number 12, Pure Instinct from 1996. Um, Pretty good song, pretty good album, actually. Really enjoy that. Songs from that is Wild Child, Soul Behind the Face, and Time Will Call Your Name. As I've said before, a lot of these later day Scorpion albums are a little hard to get used to, but they also are kind of like, as you listen to them, it's like, okay, maybe they're not as bad as I originally thought. All right, now we reach at number 11, and we're going way back to 1972, Lonesome Crow. And that is the first album by the Scorpions. And what's cool about this one, this is the first album with Michael Schenker on lead guitar. And I believe he was about 16 years old when he did this album. So pretty young, but I'll tell you, he sounded really darn good on there. And of course, you know that he eventually would leave the Scorpions and then be the lead guitarist for UFO. Anyway, the key songs on this one: In Search of the Peace of Mind, Action, and It All Depends. And it's what's really cool is the long title cut, Lonesome Crow. It's really like psychedelic and just weird stuff going on in there, but it's worth to listen to. All right, now we're getting into the top 10. We have number 10, Crazy World from 1990. Of course, this album has the classic Wind of Change. Very, very good stuff. But songs that I like are Don't Believe Her, Hit Between the Eyes, and A Beautiful Send Me an Angel. What a great song that is. Excellent. Number 9, Rock Believer from 2022. This is their latest album. And I'll tell you what, they go back to their really rock and roll sound. And if this is the last album that they have, what a way to go out on. And we have Hot and Cold, Rock Believer, Gas in the Tank. Great stuff. Okay, moving into the number 8 position, and from 1984, Love at First Sting. This was really their album that really just catapulted them out to real stardom. Um, and it had songs such as Bad Boys Running Wild, Coming Home, Crossfire, and the two uh, hits on that album, Rock You Like a Hurricane, and also Still Loving You. Okay, number 7, Fly to the Rainbow, 1974. All right, so um, this is going to be the first album that we hear the great underrated guitar player, Uli John Roth. And yes, he sounds a little bit like Hendrix, of course, but he added so much to the Scorpions in those albums from the 70s. This is his first time out there. Excellent album. Songs to listen to are They Need a Million, Drifting Sun, and Far Away. And you will be hearing more about Uli John Roth later on in this episode. Number 6, Animal Magnetism from 1980. What can I say? The great album. This has the title track, Animal Magnetism, excellent. Um, Lady Starlight. Now that's Scorpions. They're so good at ballads, and as long as they're not real sad. I think some of the later day ballads are not as good as the earlier ones. But Lady Starlight, very, very beautiful in the first part of it, and then they break into this excellent guitar solo by Matisse Jabs. Excellent stuff. Another notable song is Don't Make No Promises. And of course, that album has The Zoo. All right, going on to number 5 from 1979 is Love Drive. Terrific album. I think this probably was one of the first albums I ever heard by the Scorpions. Songs of Note, Another Piece of Meat, Can't Get Enough, and Love Drive. Excellent stuff right there. And incidentally, that album actually features the return of Michael Schenker for at least one album. Number 4, we have In Trance from 1975, and we move back into the Uli Jon Roth era. Dark Lady, Top of the Bill, which is a total trippy song to listen to, and Sun in the Hand. If you can get your hands on some of these Uli Jon Roth albums, do it. I mean, if I was going to say where do you want to start to listen to Scorpions, any of those Uli Jon Roth albums. All right, number 3, Taken by Force from 1977. And once again, we have Uli Jon Roth as the lead guitar in there. We'll Burn the Sky, excellent song. Beautiful ballad, Born to Touch Your Feelings, excellent, outstanding. And of course, the song of note on that album is this, what can I say, terrific. The Sails of Charon, one of the greatest intros and riffs, terrific. Okay, the number 2 album, we're going to 1982. Year I graduated from high school. And at that time, I didn't know anything about the Scorpions. It wasn't until later when I got into college that I met somebody and they were really into the Scorpions, and that's how I got into them. Anyway, songs of a note on Blackout: Can't Live Without You, Now, Dynamite, and the beautiful last song on the album, When the Smoke Is Going Down. Of course, Blackout is also noted for No One Like You. That's a popular song that gets played a lot on radio still. Well, we reached the number 1 position, and of course, it is an Uli Jon Roth album. Number 1 from 1976, we have Virgin Killer. And oh man, when I heard this, it was like, oh my gosh, where was I when this group was popular? Or in the 70s. They weren't really all that popular out here back in the 70s. That what didn't start until probably Blackout and then Love It for Sting. But songs of choice are Catch a Train, Virgin Killer, Hellcat, and the beautiful Yellow Raven, which is sung so beautifully by Klaus Meine. One note of interest on Virgin Killer. Okay, so this album cover is the clean album cover. The album cover that they had when it first came out was actually banned for obvious reasons. I'm not going to go into the detail on it. I'll leave it up to you people who want to go and look it up on Google to see about the original album cover for Virgin Killer. But once you see it, you'll know why it was banned. Anyway, all right. So that is going to conclude the Scorpions album ranking. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Do yourself a favor. Go out and check some of this stuff out. I didn't mention, they have some really nice live albums, especially the MTV Unplugged. They sound really nice unplugged, especially a lot of their ballads. Good stuff on it. So I would recommend checking it out when you can. They also have a new compilation that's coming out next month to celebrate their 60th anniversary. So good stuff right there. But by all means, check out the Scorpions. Well worth your time. All right, this is Mr. Music, and I will catch you later. Remember to like the video. Also, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the video and click on the bell to get reminded of future videos coming your way. Please leave comments about this video. I'd like to see those of you who are into the Scorpions give me your rankings, okay? Anyway, take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you next time.